Hey guys, this is my little video summary of The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. And it starts out like this. Our main character, Edward Prendick, is shipwrecked in a lifeboat with two other dudes. And after a few days of starving and dehydrating, they decide to get rid of one of the dudes and possibly eat him for food and water. And of course, the two other guys, after fighting over it, fall overboard and die. So a little time passes, and Mr. Prendick is picked up in an animal cargo ship and nursed back to health after 2 days of sleep. And he figures out from this guy named Montgomery, who is, we later find out, is Dr. Moreau's right hand man in his operations. Well, he finds out that this ship is headed for a remote island in the Pacific Ocean, and we'll learn about that. They eventually get to the island, and Edward Prendick Edward Prendick meets with the doctor and Montgomery, and they give him a room in Dr. Moreau's house, and they tell him not to snoop around. But during the night, Edward Prendick hears blood-curdling cries from a puma who is happening to be operated on while awake. And so Prendick books it into the jungle, and while he's there, meets a bunch of men who resemble animals. Like, they look like mixtures of animals. That kind of freaks him out, and he goes back to the house and starts snooping around. And he finds a lab door unlocked and walks in on Dr. Moreau and Montgomery operating on another live animal. So again, he runs into the jungle because he's freaked out. And while he's there, he meets animal men. He meets a whole village of them. And while they're doing this chant thing, Dr. Moreau shows up, and Prendick flees again. But Moreau eventually catches him on the beach and tells him what he's trying to do, which is create men out of animals. And he calls them beast men. So Prendick appears fine with this and hangs out for another 6 weeks, but he's a little bit awkward with it. And then one day he gets attacked by this puma that escapes, and Moreau chases it, and then Moreau and the puma end up killing each other, so Dr. Moreau is dead. And then Montgomery that night, who happens to be an alcoholic, goes out drinking with some of the beast men, and ends up getting killed in a fight between him and the beast men. And so he's dead too. So Prendick makes friends with a couple of the beast men, and tries to start making a boat to sail away off this island. But he spent a few months doing that, but that never happens because this boat washes up. But there's randomly two dead guys in it, and so he just dumps them out and sets sail. Eventually gets picked up by a ship that's headed for San Francisco, and eventually gets back to London. And while he's there, he realizes he doesn't like being around people because all he can see in these people are resemblances of the beast men. And so then he moves out to the countryside and spends the rest of his life studying the stars. The end.